So let's go for a drive. Our keys, we have the ability to unlock it remotely, remembering that the main door you'll need to do manually. Okay, let's jump inside. So once we're in, sorry if you can see this, our key fob just goes straight in here. This unit is just a standard everyday automatic, so starting procedure, obviously that's always in park. Our handbrake is just down by us here. Put on the brake and we can then start the van normally. From there we can just place it into whatever gear you wish to drive. So just in drive here at the moment, or that could be up and reverse. If I'm using the reverse, the reversing camera itself is up here. We would just simply turn that on when we need it and turn it off. Again, remembering, always better to have a spotter behind you. When I am in drive mode, there is a sideways push if I needed to downshift if I'm going down a large hill. Out from there, it drives just like a normal, everyday, regular automatic. Now looking at some of the controls on the unit, over on this side here are our lights. Everything else on this particular van, just a single post on this side here. This is our indicator. It's our high beam as well, and if I rotate it, it will then be our wiper blades. Push it in and that will give you some water as well. So just a single post to do everything. Bit of German thinking there. Now, one thing this van does have, this little fella here, which is called a speed limiter. Speed limiters work really well. Once it's pushed in and that little light's on, which is typically the way it normally sits, to activate it, all we simply do is tap it. It will then display the current speed that you're travelling at. From there, simple little pushes up and down of the lever, so I'm pressing it up and down, you can see the speeds changing. So I've currently got this at 60 kilometers an hour. I would drive normally, but when I hit 60 kilometers an hour, it's going to engine manage me to hold me at that. Couple taps and I'm at 100k, I come to a 80k zone, 60k zone, very easy to use, so a great way of stopping that accidental speeding. It's not a sports car of course, but it is a turbo diesel and it will slowly creep up on your speed, so it's nice to have that little feature there. Your choice of course to use it or not. Coming over and looking over here, we've got a few little features to look at. Now I will just point out up the top here, we would have our main manual, and I've also got just a basic little guide showing us in bullet points how everything operates. Down here I've got my air conditioner. I can increase or decrease my fan. Over here I can dial my temperature. Now little tip here, try not to get too much underneath 20 degrees. In very hot and humid conditions, the air conditioner is almost too efficient and it starts freezing the internal pipes, which results in actually no airflow. So yeah, best to keep it around 20 and then that won't happen. Over here we can just adjust whether I want the air coming out from here or higher or lower. I do give you some additional ports down here. Now the stereo itself is a very simple little stereo. Just turn it back on. As well as those USB ports there, what I do have just over here is a USB port. Now typically that's what I'd plug my phone into, the stereo will then operate an iPod mode and it will just play your music from there. I can, however, using my up and down arrows here, I can go to Bluetooth audio and then pair a device. It's a little bit clunky to set up, apologies, it's not as easy as perhaps some of the more modern ones, but it does work. From there, of course, we can just go radio or media or whatever we want. So nice and simple. Down here is the emergency light. Hazard lights, perhaps a better word to use. On the steering wheel we have a multi-control function panel here, and over here our controls. To turn the unit off once you finish, just like any auto, tap this up into park mode, handbrake on, make sure your lights are off, and then we can just turn off the unit. Just going to walk over to this side of the van and just show you a few things on this side of the van. With the passenger door open, we can now open and then access the fuel fill. Yep. Remember, this is diesel and diesel only. If you see a Bowser with the word AdBlue on it, that's not diesel. It must be a black handle and have the word diesel on it. There we go. If needed, underneath here is the bonnet release. I will have a basic little first aid kit just in the van as well. The van is also has multiple drink holders scattered all through the van, so you've always got somewhere to put things. We have lovely little armrests as well. And that, guys, is the motorhome. Enjoy your holidays.